All right, guys, how are you doing? So, quite a lot has been going on. Quite a lot has been going on. Um, and I'm about to make All right, so let's get into it. Welcome, 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 welcome. Over the last few days, we've had a lot of back and forth. I Show Speed came to Nigeria, went to Ghana, somersaulted into jollof rice, and people ate it. And there's been quite a lot of back and forthing. Oh, Nigeria, our content creators, they are dulling, their content is dull, blah 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 blah. I look at content creators as genius. They are problem solvers. They see a daft, dull generation that craves to be entertained, and they provide the entertainment. They are not the problem, they are just a symptom of the problem. Your real problem is when you believe God can do for you what the Chinese have done for themselves. Your real problem in this life is when you believe God can do for you what the Canadians have done for themselves. Your real problem in this life is the stupid prayer points you had last year and you carried over into this year. The problem is the fact that churches are full despite the fact that none of your pastors saw COVID. COVID locked the churches up for 4 months, and when you came out, you went back to the church system. That is the problem, not Peller. The problem is that you are dense. You come from a dense family and you have dense children. That's why Peller will always win. That's why Egumu will always win. That's why I Show Speed will always win. That is why when they gather to cook jollof rice, 20,000 people will be there. That is the real problem. Peller is not teaching you to be stupid. The church already succeeded in doing that. Peller is just capitalizing on the fact that you are stupid. Somebody said, "Good afternoon, sir. I'm willing to pursue my dream to be a soccer player, but school is taking much of my time. What do I need? Please, I need your advice." Question is a very, very important question. How good are you at school and how good are you at football? If you are average at football and good at school, stay in school. If you are poor in school and great at football, face football. Someone said, I can't find Peller funny one bit. I can't sit to watch him. I'd rather watch Peller than watch a Pentecostal sermon. I would rather watch Peller than go to a Pentecostal church. For me, Peller makes more sense. At least he's not lying to you about things that the Bible didn't say. At least he's not putting a fake promise. You see, you don't understand. You don't understand, yeah. My father-in-law stopped going to church because he lost his daughter, his favorite daughter, the most brilliant child in that class. No, none of the pastors that they're surrounded with could see it. They couldn't pray to bring her back. Nothing. And he lost his faith. And I say this all the time. What you guys are doing, all your plenty prayer meetings and what you guys are doing is you are creating a faith system that does not exist. And people are going to be let down. People are going to be heartbroken because you can't tell them God is going to do what God never said he was going to do. Peller makes more sense than your daddy Gio. Take it or leave it. It makes not more sense. As in, Peller is on the mountain, they're under a well. Level of sense. You see, if you go to Proverbs chapter 19, I want to read this to you. Somebody sent me lion. Inside preaching when nobody they send me lion. Na Egungun. Hey, Egungun, God bless you. Egungun does they send me lion these days. Proverbs chapter 9. I want you to read verse 3. If I can get somebody to read Proverbs chapter 9, verse 3. I want you to just read Proverbs chapter 9, verse 3. It's a very important thing. And this is where I blame the church. Because the church doesn't draw you closer to God. The church chases you further from God. How are you, my darling sister?
I'm fine, that please.
Hope you're good.
I'm good.
Okay.
I just, okay, I didn't know this is a preaching. You're actually preaching.
No, it's okay, but it's a light preaching because we had a serious preaching yesterday. But because we have preaching on Wednesday, I just said I was going to just come and do this. I want us to touch on this briefly. I don't know if there's anybody can help me. I'm looking for amplified, yes. Proverbs chapter 19 verse 3. The foolishness of a man undermines his way, ruining whatever he undertakes. Then his heart is resentful and rages against the Lord. For being a fool, he blames the Lord instead of himself. I'll take this again from the New Living Translation this time. People ruin their lives with their own foolishness and then are angry at the Lord. The church leads you to a place where you would take stupid decisions and blame the result on God. The Catholic Church isn't like that. The Catholic Church teaches worship. I'm not sure about the Anglican and the Methodist Church, but you see that Pentecostal church is the virus that is eating Nigeria. Those prayers are the evil that is consuming Nigeria, because it is a virus of the mind and it is contagious. It is a virus of the mind. It burns your mind. There's a video. I'm going to release the full video. I want you to listen to what this woman. I'm going to release it as a 1-minute video, and I'm going to react to it. I'm going to go and sit in front of my car and react to it. But before I do that, I want you to listen to this.
And how he acts outside his stream, and that's why he doesn't even need to go to school. Outside. How many times have you seen him act outside? I've seen some few videos that even me, I think, this guy shouldn't be doing this. This is not a live stream. You're now even with out of 100. You don't really know Peller then. I watch Peller. See, I used to say Ahmed I testify about Peller because of what he did for me when I was going through chemotherapy. If you know Peller and you come on Peller's live stream and you see, you can't go out of Peller's live stream without smiling. It's impossible. What I went through, doctors could not even do it. They'll say, oh, your BP is much better today. Just because I sat online watching Peller.
A woman that went through one of the worst types of cancer, pancreatic cancer. I lost a childhood friend to pancreatic cancer. It's one of the sneakiest types of cancer. You will not know you have it until it's too late. And once you know you have it, it's too late. And this woman survived pancreatic cancer. And one of the testimonies she regularly gives is that she was listening to Peller. I'm not making a case for Peller or content creators. I am making a case for young people in a decayed mental society, in a society that has decayed infrastructurally, mentally, psychologically. These young people are like flowers that are growing on the road, on the concrete road. And yet you blame them instead of asking the people who created the road there. Everything we're taught about religion from when we're children is nothing but dogma. It's just dogma. Our parents, somebody said, I just wasted my data. You will continue wasting it for the rest of your life. Any data you use to watch anything will be wasted. It's not just your data, your time. When you wake up in the morning, let me call your name. Esther Uzuamaka Okorie. As you wake up every day, you will continue being a waste. You will end up in a refuse heap because you are nothing but waste products. I don't know why you are not watching me from inside the Soke way. Oh, you are too busy winning Customer of the Year award in abortion clinic to have sense in your life. Alai nila akai, onitiro goshi. You wasted your data. Please get out. Go and watch your Nigerian pastors.
Daddy Freeze, see this thing you said about your father-in-law stop believing in church because he lost a daughter. This same thing happened to me. I lost my sister. We grew up in the church. I basically grew up in a Pentecostal church. Like, we're so dedicated. I grew up in the north, so we attended a Pentecostal church. I grew up, we went to, we do Good News Club, we do Bible Club. Throughout the week, we are in church, Monday to Sunday. 2013, my sister had leukemia. Then she has changed, so she has started attending another church. My immediate younger sister, all of a sudden, she just started having her tummy started swelling, and by the time she was diagnosed with leukemia, and my sister was someone that believed so much in faith, like, because of how we grew up, we believe that faith is the evidence, so we know, like, I know Bible a lot, like, that's how my sister, she said, even when we grow, sometimes I visit her in the hospital, she'll be crying, I'll be crying, she'll be like, why am I so faithless? I don't have faith. Now, what of all the things they've been teaching me, what happened? So because of her faith, we believe that she'll be okay. She will know. We went to UCH, I think from UCH, went to IFE, she started chemotherapy. We didn't know that this girl left her drugs. She was not taking the chemo they gave her because she believed in faith. She was in school, she was in Futo. She had this 2012. December 2012. She went for their church camp in Lagos from school. She went for 3 days. She went to Lagos from Owerri. We didn't know she was in Lagos because she believed so much in her man of God, her papa. My sister. I lost my sister 6th of January 2013. When she started the chemo, she was better. This thing happened in July. By September, she was better. She regained her strength. Physically, she was looking okay. So she started going they placed her on like 6 courses of chemotherapy. We didn't know she was not doing it. She wasn't taking it. In fact, one of her last posts on Facebook was that ignore what the doctor says. There's a balm in Gilead. He will heal you. That she's a living testimony. 5 months later, my sister died. And for 2 years, I did not like. I was just questioning. I refused to go to church. If you tell me anything about God and church, I don't want to, because I'm like, what happened? What happened? Okay, my sister had this much faith, and yet this sickness consumed her. She gave up. Me that don't have faith in God. That means any.
And it's malaria, if he carry you go.
That's it. It was so. Her death, her bite taught me, opened my eyes. Opened my eyes. I said, so all these things they've been teaching us when we're small, it's just a story. It's so bad. Like that, her bite taught me a big lesson. You know, made me start questioning a lot of things, and I believe that more. I'm sorry to say, but I'm someone that don't believe in miracles. I don't even bring miracle where I am now. I don't even want to use my ear to hear. Something.
Somebody said something, my sister. I'm sorry, I want to interrupt you here. The person said, you are just going to church without a relationship with Christ. Now you see, she believed in her pastor instead of her creator. This is still part of the stupidity. Sorry, say I did insult you, my brother. It's from love. I love you. The message of Christ is love your neighbor as yourself. That's the message of Christ. And until you go to a church that teaches you in theory and in practical to love your neighbor as yourself, your country cannot grow. And you will continue going, because you see, if the pastor had understood the message of Christ and he loved her, he would have told her to go and take that chemotherapy. But because he doesn't love her, how do you... There was a pastor living very close to my house. He had a 17-year-old daughter. The daughter had one of the easiest sicknesses to treat in this life. That time they were treating it with 1,500 naira. It's called typhoid. That typhoid by this man's daughter. He refused to allow her to take medicine. 17-year-old girl. Top Pentecostal papa. That was my neighbor in Ibadan. Refused to allow his daughter to take 1,500 naira medicine that would have saved her. They buried a 17-year-old girl for no reason. For what? There's so many people that the church is going to destroy their faith. Because, I say this all the time, when you come to Daddy Freeze, somebody said, Daddy Freeze, I don't like you. You are not mature. I said, show me where on my platform that I said I will teach you maturity. I am not mature. I am childish. Let me warn you. If you insult me, I will insult all your ancestors. I don't promise what I cannot deliver. I don't promise to be morally upright, because I'm a human being and I can fail. And if I tell you there's nobody more morally upright than me and I fail, you will lose your salvation. The only thing I promise you is I know scripture and I will teach you scripture. That I promise you. And before I teach a doctrine, I have researched it, I've peer reviewed it, I have done extensive research on it, and any day I find the doctrine I taught you to be wrong, I will come and correct myself. That's the only thing I promise you as a free nation, in the free nation. I do not promise you that if you are in the free nation, you have testimony. I do not promise you that if you are in the free nation, God will bless you. I will not tell you that if you are in the free nation, you make money. I will not tell you that if you are in the free nation, you have this or that. If you go and read my profile says Lucifer. Lucifer is light bringer. Light is knowledge. In 2 Peter chapter 1 verse 19, if you read the Latin Vulgate, Christ was called Lucifer. He is the light. Phoston anderon in Greek. So I will give you that light. Scripture scholar, I will teach you the scriptures. I do not tell you that I can heal you. I will not tell you that I can walk on water. I will not tell you if we have miracles, in the Free Nation, which we do from time to time, we don't publicize them. Because in my belief system, anyone can get a miracle. A pagan, a Muslim, tying miracle to church and pastor is fraud. Tying miracle to church and pastor is fraud.
Daddy, please, sorry, please.
Go ahead.
Sorry, please. This thing you just said, anyone can get a miracle. My husband has, when he was small, he had this what they call this thing, that his ears started breaking pus when he was a baby, when he was small. But because of ignorance, the parents couldn't do anything. They didn't do anything. So by the time he went to med school, because he's a doctor, he started having ear issue. He couldn't hear with his ears properly. So he had to start using hearing aids. That do you know that 2020 he has used hearing aids for more than 20 years. 2021, yes. He said he was at work one day with the hearing aid. All of a sudden, his ear, he just heard a poof sound in his ears. He just heard a poof sound. By the way, my husband doesn't, he's not a church, the Catholic. He just heard a poof sound and he started hearing loud noises. So he had to remove the hearing aid. Like, what's going on? So see, he started hearing like he started hearing sounds like louder than he used to before. Since that day till today, that is my husband has, this is like 6 years now, he has not used hearing aid again. He didn't go to church. He didn't go to, it's not like he did anything special. So I'm like, this is what I call a miracle. But if you had gone, maybe if you had gone to church and one pastor laid dance or something, and maybe eventually something happened, the pastor would have said, okay, he did it. So miracles can happen to anybody. I think the body I don't know what happened. I can't say what happened.
And it could happen to anyone.
Yeah.
It could happen to anyone. It could happen to anyone. So I don't sell it because I don't sell what I can't guarantee. Good day, Daniela. I don't sell what I can't guarantee. I can guarantee you that I will teach you the scriptures how they were meant to be. I can guarantee it because it is something that we do on a Monday. You call me again on a Tuesday, I'll do it. I can replicate it. But the one that if I tell you that you must believe, do you need to believe before Panadol cures headache? Do you need to believe in Panadol? Do you need to pray to Panadol? Do you need to worship Panadol to believe that Panadol cures headache? Once they start tying belief inside, just know that product no dey work. Because product where they work no need faith. I don't know if all I'm saying is making any sense. When a product is working, it doesn't need faith. You get into a brand new car, you put the key inside the ignition, 99.9%, it will start. So when they promise miracles and they don't deliver, when they promise protection and they don't deliver, when they promise healing and they don't deliver, when they promise resurrection and they don't deliver, what they do is they create doubts. And that doubt is what takes you away from God. Those of you that are going to leave God, you are going to leave God because of the church, not because you didn't go to church. You're going to leave because of what the church is going to do to you, because of how they're going to fail you. And the church failure is multidimensional. If you have YouTube, I would love you to watch Nothing Fails Like Bible History. Right from the people who put this Bible together, many of them now load do they be. Many of them are politically motivated. Many of them have deep-rooted issues. So, what am I trying to say in essence is, if you can do away with the dogmas, if you pay tithe, God will bless you. Why are you taking care of your parents that pay tithe all their life in old age? Why are you feeding them? Why is their tithe not working for them? If they had bought Microsoft shares, Apple shares with the money they used to pay tithe, today they will still be giving you money in your old age. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. The problem is they sell you a product that requires you to believe before it works. When you go and buy a car in Mercedes Benz, do they tell you, before you start this car, you must believe that it will start? If you go to Mercedes Benz and you buy a car and on your way home, it breaks down, you will put it all over the news. You will tweet it. I bought a brand new Benz. Benz, see your car is useless. But you go to church and the pastor will promise you the same thing every year for 4 years, never delivering any. And guess what you're going to do? You are still going to believe. And worst case scenario, apart from just believing, if Daddy Freeze comes and doubts your pastor, you're going to even fight Daddy Freeze. I want to end here. Peller is not Nigeria's problem. Foolishness is Nigeria's problem. Anything that causes foolishness should be what we should be facing, not Peller or Egungun. Let's face our educational sector. Let's face religion that makes people dumb. These are the things that need to face. These are the things that we need to face. Not the people that come to entertain us when we are already stupid. You'll be amazed that if you get wise tomorrow and Peller and Egungun and co see that this their style of entertainment is not working, they will go and read book and come and change it. But the reason why it will not work is this is what you want. You want to hear It's Massive, baby. That's what you want to watch. That's what bought him a 350 million naira house. And the stupidity starts when you tell your children that Noah built a boat and carried all the animals in the world and put them on the boat. And you make your children believe that nonsense. Stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it. It's 2025. Stop teaching your children nonsense. If you take them to church, tell your pastor, please, I don't want you to tell my children that God created the world in 7 days. Don't teach my children that. Just teach them New Testament. Love your neighbor as yourself. Teach them the gospel of Christ, the gospel of love, the gospel of sacrifice. Teach them that. Stop teaching them that Noah built a boat. Noah did not build any boat. And if he built a boat, it was in his village. The flood will affect Noah. Not past Lekki flood where they see every day. Not be anything like global flood. So you are telling me that the polar bear that lives in the snow and the seal that lives in the snow were in the same boat with the hyena that lives in the desert or in the safari. And what were they all eating? Were they all eating grass? So okay now, for that 1 year when they were on the... Let me tell you something. If God could keep a polar bear, one idiot here is saying that I think you need deliverance. I won't respond to this weary. We say I need deliverance. And apologize to those pastors that had cost me. They should go and pray for their useless children. It is their children that are cursed, not me. Abawiri, mad people. They should go and pray for their children. It is their children that are cursed, not me.